Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of, I don't know what you call this edition. This is, I guess, sort of a rant. All right. I guess it's kind of a rant, but this program is more of a frequently asked questions and explanations to a lot of our newer viewers, because I know we've gotten a wealth of new folks who have come to the channel over the last month or two, a lot. Okay, and while I'm talking about that, we are almost at 20,000. Probably gotten there a little bit quicker than I thought, which is great. All right, right now we are at about 19.5, and we're doing like 100 new ones almost every day. So we should be at 20K by midweek, okay, if not sooner. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you, everybody. All right, and welcome to all the new people. So again, this is a little rant, just kind of going over some frequently asked questions, because with all the new people that are here, I'm getting a deluge of questions that I've answered like a million times before. So hopefully from now on, what I'm going to do is because I don't look at all the comments because there's so many of them, but a lot of times when I do, I just keep seeing the same stuff and I keep answering the same questions, all right, with the same answers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to direct everybody to this video. All right, there we go. So let's go over some of them. So one of the ones that's come up a lot lately, a lot. I'm amazed at how much. It's like, Pete, with all the music you have, can you explain and show us your sound system, what kind of receiver you have, what kind of player you have, do you have surround sound, do you have Dolby, do you have this, do you have that? We want to see all your equipment. All right. Well, as I've explained before, I don't have a real expensive or a fancy setup at all. Never really have, actually. What I have is I've got a home theater system in my living room, which has got a nice Sony Blu-ray player. Okay, I've got a nice cool sound bar and subwoofer. Okay, that's what I use when I'm alone in the house and I want to just crank out music, or when my wife and I want to listen to something that's going to envelope the whole house. All right. Nothing spectacular by any means, all right? I don't have like a receiver and all. I don't have all that stuff. I have portable CD players in almost every room in the house. So wherever I'm at, I can pop this disc in and listen to whatever. Most of them also have like the little hookup, the docking station where you can put an iPod in or your phone or whatever. And I got a pretty nice stereo system in my Toyota 4Runner. Okay, I got a couple iPods, classic 160 gig iPods that I bring to the gym and when I travel and stuff. That's it. That's all I got, guys. Nothing to speak of, no expensive equipment. I've never been one of those guys. I may have a ton of music, but I've never been like what do you call an audiophile, someone who has to have the most expensive equipment and everything's got to be perfect and, really expensive pair of headphones. I've never been that guy. Never been that guy. I'm more of like playing on something that cranks up and get into it, right? That's it. So there's that. Next question that I get all the time, and have been for years. Pete, I love your t-shirt collection. Where do you get all those t-shirts? I mean, like I've told you guys a million times before, I don't have any secret vendor that I use, all right? I have, well over 100, probably 200 band shirts, concert shirts, whatever you want to call them. I have bought them from every vendor and walk of life that there is. I don't have any one specific that I go to. So, so every now and then I'll do a show and I'm wearing a specific shirt and I'll get all these questions. Pete, I love your shirt. Where can I buy that? Go to Google. Do a Google search. I mean, guys, that's what I do. I don't have any like secret place where I go to get my shirts. If I all of a sudden I'm listening to a band and I'm looking at a CD cover and I'm like, holy crap, I love that album cover. I would love to have that on a shirt. I go to Google and I say, Sons of Apollo MMXS 2020 t-shirt. And you know what comes up? A whole slew of people selling them. That's all I do. That's all I do. Occasionally, well, more than occasionally, I'm on Facebook, right? So, Facebook is, they know what you like, right? So I'm off looking at something somewhere else or listening to something, watching something on YouTube. All of a sudden I go on Facebook and there's an ad for something related. So a lot of times they know, that they obviously know that I buy t-shirts. So I get ads all the time from vendors looking to sell me t-shirts of like every album cover you could possibly imagine. But that's how easy it is. You don't have to have any special vendor because there's so many of them out there. I don't really use, there's a couple that I've used more than a few times, but I would say I'm just buying them from different places all the time. Whoever's got them, do a Google search. You'll find some guy on eBay or some guy here, some guy there selling a Foghat Live shirt for $15.99, right? Or UFO Phenomenon, $20.99, right? Or Jethro Tull Benefit shirt for $19.99, or whatever. That's all you need to do. I mean, if you're going to ask me where I got it from, I'm not going to remember because I buy these from all over the place. So that's all you got to do, guys. It's not hard to find anything you want these days. It really isn't. It really isn't. If you're someone who doesn't use the internet much to buy stuff, I don't know what to tell you because you're not going to find it at your local mom and pop shop. It's not going to happen, right? Another question I get all the time. Pete, how many CDs do you have? Oh, God. I haven't counted, guys. 9 or 10,000. That's my best estimation. Okay. I haven't counted in years. So what you see behind you, and I got a whole closet full of them over here. It's a lot. So I don't know exactly. Another question we get often. Pete, can't you please play some samples of the music or the band you're talking about? I can't, guys. All right. If you've been following the news, okay, YouTube is cracking down on playing music that's copyrighted, all right, on your channel. I can't do it. Because then I get in trouble with YouTube. Then they want to turn off my monetization. I make a little bit of money doing this now, but it's not a lot, and I'm not willing to give it all up to the artists. All I'm doing is talking. I don't. Here's the deal, okay? We have a lot of viewers who want me to do everything for them. It's like, Pete, when you do the rankings of the albums, can you mention the years that they came out? It's like, Pete, can you do all this information? It's like, Pete, but why can't you play clips? I want to be able to hear what you're talking about. It's like, guys, you're on YouTube watching me. You know how easy it is to just open up a second browser tab and go on YouTube, and if I'm talking about a band or a song, and go listen to it? Me playing 5 seconds of a clip is not gonna do anything, okay? And like I said, quite frankly, I'm not willing to give up what little bit of money I earn talking about this stuff to play music so they take the money away from me, because that's basically what they'll do, okay? And sorry, not interested in doing that. So and for a lot of you who, again, to go back to the album release dates and all that kind of stuff, just go to the band's Wikipedia page. They have the discography right there. They're all listed with all the release dates, all right? It's like, I can't do everything for you guys, all right? I'm willing to give you a lot of information, and I do a lot of research for this stuff, but, I can't do it all for you. You got to do a little bit, just a little bit, all right? Please. What else? Back to the ranking the albums and the songs. I know I've said this ad nauseum. I do these. We have people who come to this channel who watch and listen to me talk about, how I rank the albums or what my favorite top 10 songs are or whatever. And again, I always preface it by, these are just my favorite songs, or these are my favorite guitar players, or these are my favorite albums in the order that I would rank them. This is not the definitive, okay, these are the best albums, or these are the best guitar players, or the best drummers, or bass players, or what have you. This is just my way of telling you, these are my favorites. These are the order that I would put them in. Let's hear what your favorites are and how you would rank them so we can have some discussion amongst each other. But you got these people who come here and they're like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. There's no way that album is better than that album, or that song is better than that song. You don't know what you're talking about. You are wrong, sir. And I'm like, there's no right or wrong here. How can you tell me that what I like is wrong? Just like I would never tell you that what you like is wrong. Okay? The intelligent thing to do, the grown-up thing to do, the respectful thing to do would be to say, nice list. I don't necessarily agree with your order. Here's mine and why. That's it. That's the way to do it, and that sparks conversation. But you got these people who are like trying to bully everybody, and that's not just towards me. I see viewers bullying other viewers, like calling out other viewers, like, no, there's absolutely no way that what you put there is correct. Guys, come on. It's just, I know we live in this world where it's all me, and all that matters is what I do. But come on, just be respectful to myself and everybody else. Because when you start getting over the line, and here's something, a very, very serious thing, okay? I have had numerous longtime viewers come to me and contact me outside of YouTube telling me that, Pete, I love your channel, but I'm really getting offended by a lot of the comments that I'm seeing. And I'm contemplating not watching your show anymore. And that to me is really bad. That's really bad. Okay, because, I can't police all the comments all the time. I try to. But you got to understand, the more popular this channel is getting, the harder it is for me to sift through hundreds and hundreds of comments on every video. And that's kind of where we're at now. On the same token, I get people who they're asking me questions in the comments, and they get upset when they don't answer them. It's like, guys, you got to understand, I got a full-time job, I got a family, I got all sorts of stuff going on. I don't have all day to sift through hundreds and thousands of comments all the time. I just don't. When I have time, I do go through as much as I can, but I can't answer everybody, all right? And a lot of times I wind up just getting rid of the really bad shit, because you know what? If you're being really offensive, I understand people think they're funny and, oh, I can say whatever I want. It's a free country and all that kind of stuff. I get all that. But, you know, if you're going to be abusive to me or one of the other viewers, you're done. That's it. You're blocked. There's no debate about it. Okay? So be respectful of everybody. All right? This is supposed to be a fun channel. Okay, and I get really upset when I have longtime loyal viewers telling me that they just can't deal with what's going on in the comments section anymore. I know that's YouTube. I know that's the internet. It is what it is. It's the world we live in. But I run a respectful channel here, and I don't like to see that kind of nonsense. All right, because I'm not that type of person. I think you guys know that. So anyway, what else? Pete, how come you don't talk about punk more often? You never talk about the Clash or the Ramones or this, that, or the other thing. And, you know, how come you don't talk about like the early new wave stuff in the 80s? How come you don't talk about, guys, I have been a journalist for hard rock, all forms of metal, prog, jazz, fusion for over 20 years. That's my sweet spot. That's what I like. I do like a lot of classic rock stuff as well. I do like some pop stuff here and there, the classic pop, you know, what have you. That's what I like. The reason I don't talk about punk is I'm not a fan of punk. The reason I don't talk about new wave, I'm not really a fan of new wave. So for all you people who are screaming for the Cars and, the Goo Goo Dolls and, the Clash and Devo and, if I don't talk about them or don't mention them, probably means that I'm not that into them. You know, there's instances like the Cars, for example. I get everybody asks me to do stuff on the Cars. You know what? I like the Cars hits. I like some songs here and there. For me, the Cars, I own a greatest hits set. That's all I really need. I'm not that into the Cars, all right? So if you don't hear me talking about specific bands, all right, doesn't mean I necessarily don't like them, but you know what? I'm going to talk about and do shows about bands that I know a lot about, and I know a lot about a lot of bands, right? So, but I can't do them all right? And I can't do them all tomorrow like everybody wants it to. I mean, now we're getting, what I'm starting to see now is because, these ranking the album shows are very popular right now. Everybody seems to love them, and I get it. I love doing them. I'm going to continue to do them. All right. They're even taking off more than the top 10 song shows, which I think were kind of, people were losing interest in that format a little bit. So now we're doing the album shows. But what I'm seeing, a lot of the comments, and I remember when people started doing those reaction videos, when that first started taking off, I watched a couple here and there. What I started to notice way back then is that people seemed like they were no longer even listening to the video or watching the video. Their comment was, do a reaction to this album. Do a reaction to this album. Never mind about commenting on the reaction video that's happening there on that video. We'll do this. And so what I'm seeing now a lot of times is like, on the ranking the albums, it's like I'm doing these. And again, this is the minority, but I'm getting an increasing number of people who are like, please do a ranking the albums of this band. Please do this band. Please do this band. Please do this band. And I'm like, oh, my Lord. So guys, just take it easy, all right? I have a long list. As you can see, I have a wall full of stuff and bands that I want to get to. So it's great you want to give your request and all that kind of stuff, but A, don't get upset if I don't do them, all right? And B, just understand that, these things I can't do these all day long, all right? So I'm going to get to them as I get to them. I'm going to try and give you guys as much as I can because you know that I want to, all right? So just be patient. Be patient, all right? What else? Another thing kind of along the lines of the comments. So, I'm getting a lot of people who are getting frustrated because they can't communicate with me in the comments section because there's too many and I can't respond to everybody. So they're going onto the Sea of Tranquility Facebook page or trying to reach out to me via Facebook. And I've got like hundreds of people who are trying to communicate with me and have conversations with me through Facebook. Guys, I just don't have all day to have conversations with everybody. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, okay? But I just don't, okay? Like I said, I'm a pretty busy guy. I try to give you guys as much as I can on this channel, but I got a full-time job that takes up a lot of my time, okay? I got a family, got a lot of things going on. I don't have all day long to sit and converse with you through Facebook Instant Messenger and listen to song samples that you're sending me and, I mean, that's a lot of what it is. It's like people's like, Pete, do you like this band? Pete, have you heard this? Pete, listen to these songs. Pete, here's some video links here. It's just like, and then when I don't respond, you get upset. It's like, why are you ignoring me? It's like, guys, I don't have the time. I'm not trying to be a jerk. Trust me, I'm not trying to be a jerk. All right. But I don't have the time to get into full blown conversations with hundreds and hundreds of people every week. I just don't. All right. I wish I did. Because, I'm that kind of guy who would do it if I had the time. All right. I just don't. I may converse briefly with a couple of you. If you get like just a one sentence response or whatever, and then please don't take it personally. All right. I'm not trying to be a dick. All right. I just don't have the time or the scope. That's what it comes down to. I don't have the scope to do it. I'm not awake 24 hours a day, just sitting on the computer and, answering questions from everybody. I can't do it. I can't do it. All right. I think I kind of covered a lot of stuff, but last but not least, and this is more for the new people. All right. So I've seen this in the recent month or so. I get, when I'm doing these ranking shows or the top 10 song shows, or when I would do, a rant on, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. By the way, before I even get to this part, I am no longer going to do any rant videos on any Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions, nominees going forward. I am not going to do any rants or discussions on the Grammy Awards or any of that kind of nonsense. And I'll tell you why. First of all, because they've all gotten so pathetic that it's not even worth my time to talk about. Okay. For one, I know sometimes it makes for a funny video, Pete going off on, the nominees and all that kind of crap. And, this year was just an absolute clusterfuck. All right. But the problem is when you do videos like that talking about a very popular or noteworthy event type of thing, you get a lot of people coming to the channel because they get recommendations on YouTube who aren't necessarily our audience. And those people are really angry and bitter. And when they see anybody talking up against, like Whitney Houston or whoever, right? And they just, and then all of a sudden the insults start getting slung to our viewers in the comments, to me personally. And I don't need that, to be honest with you, because they know nothing about how we think. Okay. Us metal and hard rock and prog fans, we're a little bit different than everybody else, right? So, I can't tell you what I've seen in comments, all right? Just because people are saying that, Whitney Houston, Notorious B.I.G. or Duran Duran or whatever aren't maybe not really rock, okay? All of a sudden, we're being racist and all this kind of stuff. It's just like, we're not going to go there, all right? It has nothing to do with any of that, all right? It's just what is rock and roll and what isn't rock and roll. Don't need to do that, okay? Because that gets ugly, all right? And we don't want ugly. So for all of you, for next year, I will no longer be doing any Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rants, okay? I'm not going to talk about the Grammys. I'm not going to talk about the Oscars. I'm not going to talk about any of that nonsense. It's not going to happen. The only way I'll even go to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame conversation is if we decide to start up a Rock and Roll Hall of Excellence. Is that what I called it? Rock and Roll, whatever I called it, all right? Which would be our own little Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, okay? Have nothing to do with them, all right? Rolling Stone and all those people on the committee, and screw them. They don't know what they're talking about, okay? We may do our own little one at some point, so just throwing that out there. So, but anyway, back to what I originally was talking about, is like we get people who are like, who is this guy Pete Pardo, and why should I care what he's saying? Well, you don't have to, okay? But all those people who say things like that obviously have never followed us here, have never followed the Sea of Tranquility webzine, which has been around, and it was a magazine before that since the late 90s. Okay, so, I've been a journalist covering this type of music for a long time, for over 20 years. So I think I have just a little bit of credibility. So, who is this guy? Why is he talking? Why is he ranking albums? Why should I listen to him? All this kind of nonsense. It's like, well, do a little bit of research. That's it. Okay. Because a lot of times when I see comments like that, I go, it's like, well, let's see who this person is who's asking. And I go, and they have a YouTube page, and they have one subscriber. They have no content up there at all. You go do a Google search, they're nowhere to be found. So obviously, they're nobody, okay? And I'm not trying to, beef myself up here. I'm just saying that I do the show because, I've been in this industry for a long time, okay? And hopefully I have a little something to offer. People seem to enjoy it. That's what it is. I'm not trying to make myself famous, all right? I'm doing this to promote the music and the bands. That's all it is. This is here to promote music, and I love music with everything in me, and that's why I do this. So if you don't really care who I am, whatever, maybe you stick around because you like some of the things I talk about, the way I talk about them, okay? Because really, that's all I'm doing here is promoting music. That's all I'm doing. It's not about promoting me. I'm promoting their albums, the songs, the bands, the musicians. That's what it's all about, spreading the love of the music that we love. So if you've come here and you like all forms of heavy metal, you like classic rock, hard rock, progressive rock, jazz and jazz fusion, you've come to the right place. That's all we talk about here. Okay, that is what I love. That is what my passion is. And that's what I'm going to bring to this audience day in and day out. Okay, if you don't like that stuff, then go somewhere else. That's all I can tell you. If you do, hopefully you stay and you keep coming back and telling friends. So we are on the verge of 20,000 subscribers, guys. I do want to throw another number at you, which just goes to show you how much, how popular we're getting here, which is great. Last month, okay, the month of January, we had over 250,000 unique visitors watching content on this channel. It's a pretty big number. All right, which just goes to show you that the people that actually click the subscribe button is very small compared to the number of people that actually come here to watch videos. Okay, and I see a lot of comments all the time about people saying, "Oh, I've been watching you on and off for the last 3 years. I finally decided to subscribe." It's like, why'd you wait so long? You know, because I think what some people do is they will bookmark the channel and just visit when they remember to. They don't actually subscribe, so they get alerted of new content. I know we post a lot of new content. I know some people are like, oh, I keep getting emails that Pardo guy is constantly posting new videos. It's annoying. Well, I'm sorry. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? But yeah, just goes to show you that we have a lot more people coming to the channel than actually subscribe. So the amount of subscribers is minuscule compared to the visitors. So, you know, maybe one of these days we'll hit, 50,000, 100,000, and we'll see how it goes from there. But I've noticed that the subscribership has gone. I think we got almost 5,000 new subscribers just last month alone. That's pretty great. Okay, that's pretty great. So we're going to keep going. So what's cooking? Later today, I was hoping to get it this morning, but probably later today, you're going to see ranking the studio albums from King Crimson. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to get to Jethro Tull, ranking the Jethro Tull albums. I do want to get to the UFO albums as well. Might try and squeeze that in this weekend. I've also got some more new product stuff. Okay, what do we got here? We got the new Magnum. All right, definitely want to talk about that, but I want to give that another listen before we do that. So all sorts of stuff, guys. All sorts of stuff. Got to rearrange. I was kind of hoping to get together with Mike Antonelli this weekend for the Miles Davis thing. No, that's not going to happen. So, we got Super Bowl tomorrow, and Mike's been pretty busy and hasn't really had time to get ready for the show. So we're going to hopefully next weekend or the weekend after, and I got to reschedule with Chris Allo and Butch Jones. You know how it goes. It's hard to get our schedules together because we're all so busy, but we will do it. So, all right, guys. So thanks for joining on this little kind of frequently asked questions show, and hopefully I answered some of the questions that you guys, especially the new folks. This is more geared towards the new folks. Hopefully I've answered a lot of those questions. And, like I said, don't take it personally if I don't respond to you, all right? Or if I don't give you the answer you want, or, if I seem, understand that we're talking about a lot of people here now. A lot of people. This SOT family here has gotten very large, all right? Very large. So, and I appreciate a lot of you longtime viewers who have gone in and you go through the comments and you see people asking these questions that have already been answered. And it's like, well, Pete's probably not going to answer it. Let me answer it, guys. Pete's already answered this before. Here's the answer. Thank you guys so much, because a lot of you know me pretty well. You know what we've done here in the past, and you're very diligent about that stuff. So I really appreciate that in each and every one of you. So, all right, guys. So take care. Have a good rest of the weekend, and but we'll see you here this weekend. All right. See you soon. Oh, don't forget, www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. See you later. Bye.